Jax says, I feel like I like you a lot. You know that, right? I do. I like you a lot. But in order for us to grow, I think, I just got out of a 2-year relationship. Like the paint's still wet and I have nothing. I don't have feelings. I'm still spending every single day together. I think might be a little bit much in the beginning. Just working on going here. I have and I just trying to fit it all in, I just don't want to jump into it and rush into it. Bar for bar, word for word, that is what he said. I don't even know what I just said to you. Like, it doesn't even feel like English. He is truly just like saying words.
I am the devil, and don't you forget it.
You're a whore with a mustache.
I take sketch comedy very seriously.
The whore is there.
I'm not sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio. The only thing I have holding me back is that I have self-respect and dignity.
Pumpcast.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the Pumpcast. I'm Maddie Drospek.
And I'm Meg Ruocco.
And I had a thought this week. I was on the beach.
Yeah.
Sitting, enjoying my time, just reflecting. Mm-hmm. And something hit me like a train.
Please.
And I've been pondering on this since, and I need to know if you're in alignment with me here.
Okay.
I think that if Tom Sandoval could vab, he would do it every day.
Vab?
I'm thrilled to get to tell you what vabbing is. I could not be more excited to tell you about vabbing.
Remember when right before we pressed record and you're like, I don't think this intro topic is going to take that long. I could not begin to describe to you what vabbing is.
Okay, this is so funny.
What is vab?
So I think vabbing had a moment on TikTok a couple years ago. I first read about it in a dating book in 2018.
Okay.
And basically, vabbing is when women take vaginal secretions and they swipe them on their neck and wrists as perfume to wear the pheromones more outright.
Like a vaginal dab.
So I was sitting on the beach bro, if Tom Sandoval could vab, he would do it every day.
Absolutely.
That's the demographic that vabbing is for. He would love to vab. I almost feel sad that he can't.
Do you think that he has tried with other...
With semen?
Yeah.
And he's like, let me come in my hand.
And then,
what would he call it? Pab?
Spab.
Oh, spab.
Spab. Probably.
Okay, spabbing.
I could see him getting really into pheromone stuff.
Yeah, right. It just makes sense for him.
Yeah.
And I do feel bad that he can't be on the vabbing wave. I do feel that I'm mourning that for him.
What inspired that thought while you were on the beach?
I don't know, but now
vacation?
I couldn't tell you. It hit me. I was looking into the distance and I was like, Tom Sandoval can't vab. It came through me, a higher power.
Yeah.
And now I kind of want to call him up on Cameo and ask what he thinks
about vabbing. Pro or anti?
Pro or anti-vab?
Well, it could be worth looking into.
Would you recommend vabbing? Would you vab if you could?
If given the choice.
And I think he would say yes.
Do you think you can do it with buttholes?
I don't see why not. I mean, yeah, I guess I hadn't considered this.
Yeah.
I hadn't considered that option.
He has a hole.
He does have a hole.
Yeah.
I feel like semen is more...
It's more...
preferable.
Yeah, there's kind of a class to it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think that he would absolutely dip into that. Given the opportunity.
So
I just see him being very susceptible to kind of those faux pseudoscience
propaganda.
Yes. Yes. Getting really into alpha male
No, I
stuff.
remember when I was reading some book. It was either 2018 or 2019. And they were doing, a group of women were doing an experiment. And they all went to a bar together. And they vabbed.
Okay.
To see how it would impact flirting with strangers. This was this wasn't a fiction book. This was a non-fiction book.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the outcome was. I just remember they all did it together, and I was like, that's crazy. What a bonding experience to vab with your girls.
Am I crazy in thinking that, like, I just don't think it would have a smell that carries that much?
No. Well, I think I don't know. I don't understand the science of it all,
Right.
but I don't know that it's a smell more than it is like a biological urge to go forth towards it.
Interesting.
I don't know. I haven't vabbed, but I'm open.
Something we could try.
I could be convinced to vab.
It's something we could,
Restaurant roulette vabbing edition.
Fortune Flirt 100.
Fortune Flirt 100 vabbing edition. I could be convinced. I could be convinced.
Me too. Honestly, truly, I feel completely neutral towards vabbing.
Try anything once.
If that's something that gives you the confidence when you're going out there,
slays.
why not?
Yeah, I think when it got big on TikTok, people had a very mixed reaction to it. But when I was reading the book, I felt very neutral. I was like,
very normal about
I
that.
would maybe try that.
Yeah. It's like, whatever. We're going to be scared of our own bodies like that.
Right.
Not me. Not this girl.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Come on.
Why not? Why not?
Little swiperino.
Guys, come on now.
Come on. Get into vabbing. Guys, come on.
Yeah, eventually I do feel that it could be a worthwhile investment to ask Tom Sandoval on Cameo how he feels about vabbing.
That sounds like a good use of our dollars. I think that makes a lot of sense. You and I had really different intro topics for this week.
Okay.
Because mine is that I was struck by, or rather I was thinking about, like, the sensation that you have when you are a young adult presented with, like, having a job for one of, like, a more real job for one of the first times in your life, and, like, something bad happens to you in your, like, personal life, and then you still have to work, and you're like, what the fuck?
Who did this to me?
It, like, blows your mind.
Totally.
That you have to, like, continue your job when you're upset.
No, this resonates.
Yes.
So, like, first summer after I graduated college and I was working at my full-time job, 8 a.m. as I'm getting ready to go to work, I get a call. I have chlamydia. No. And I was distraught about this.
No.
Because at the time, it really was the end of the world to me.
Yes. Oh, of course.
And so I went into work and I was like, and I'm literally the worst woman on earth today.
Sure. Yeah.
And I need to not be here. I'm like, everyone knows I have chlamydia somehow. I don't know how they know, but everyone knows.
They got the memo. They got the office-wide memo that I have chlamydia.
I felt like I was like, I don't know, like I felt like I was giving the vibe of The Secret Life of the American Teenager when she's walking through the hallways and she's like, everyone knows that I'm pregnant.
Yes.
Like, that's how I felt when I went into work knowing I had chlamydia.
Yep. Very like Hester Prynne, right? That's the character who has like the scarlet letter A. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's terrifying. I was thinking about it because I have this like very distinct memory that like really brings me shame now, but it is what it is. It happened when I had my first like big girl internship at like an advertising agency in Chicago. It was between the summer of my junior and senior year of college. And the night before, I had professed my feelings to a man who, surprise, didn't feel the same way.
Been there.
Been there. Been there a few times.
A few times.
Yeah.
Come on.
Circled that block a few times.
Totally. I'll
Come
probably do it again.
on.
Who knows?
I recognize that tree. And I went into work the next day and I was like, looking back on it, I actually don't even know why I was as mopey as I was because I didn't really care that much for that long, but I guess it was just still so fresh.
Totally. It's sad.
Yeah. And I went in and I was like so morose. And like, even then I was, I was bringing vibes to the office so people could tell. And this wonderful, wonderful woman, who probably at the time was about like 28 or 29 years old, kind of like pulled me into a conference room and she was like, hey, like, is everything okay? And I completely unprofessionally was like, I like this boy and I told him last night he doesn't feel the same way. And she so calmly was like, I totally understand. Sometimes when things happen to us in our lives, we still have to come into the office and work.
My God. I'm feeling a crazy way inside my body right now.
And it really, the way that she said it, it wasn't like I'm punishing you or you're in trouble.
Right.
It was genuinely like a girl, heads up. This is going to happen more in your life.
Right.
You got to figure out a way to lock the fuck in.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. I still don't know that I've figured that out.
Sure.
I have I called out of work because of that exact same reason at some point.
Yes.
At that same job, somebody treated me poorly. And I was like, I'm sick, actually. I cannot come into work.
Well, and that is also, that's the key, is that if you're that upset, just take a sick day.
Out.
Just call
totally.
out.
I feel like that was when I was working for someone else, the majority of my sick days went for emotional sickness.
Absolutely.
The majority of my sick days were
Absolutely.
used on me having a mental breakdown
Yes.
and needing to just not speak to people.
Yes. It's a mental sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Got plenty of that going
and
on
you know
over
what?
here.
That counts.
It totally counts. It totally counts.
Because people don't actually want you to be at work if you're being a bummer.
I'm not going to be helpful.
No. Yeah.
I'm just going to be pretending to work all day because I literally can't
completely
do anything.
Completely.
One time I spilled a water bottle on my laptop and went home. Here we are.
Let's get into it.
Laura-Leigh and Jax are at
the freaking sweatshop.
I knew you'd know what it was called. I don't know what the fuck. Like at first when they're walking in here, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen a business quite like this before.
Really perplexing.
I believe it's just a sauna house where there's a bunch of tiny saunas that you can go into, almost like a spray tan booth, but saunas.
Saunas, yes. Also, an insane name for a business.
Right.
The sweatshop?
The sweatshop, baby.
Okay.
But also they're talking about it as if it's so much more like scientifically complex than just a fucking sauna. Which is at first why I was like, is it a sauna?
Right.
Like, is it not? They're talking about it like it is like, this is crazy innovation.
Yeah, they're talking about it as if it is like the new thing in science. That like you just have to do this and then you're going to be so healthy. There is I have heard of like the opposite of this, which is like those like cryogenic like freeze.
Should we do it?
Maybe we should. We would both
Should we go?
hate that. The way that we would hate that and then leave like so mad. I think I would maybe rather do the cryogenic freeze thing than the sauna.
For sure.
'Cause I hate sweating. It's
Yeah,
my least favorite thing in the world.
I agree.
Life to me is a sauna. I don't need to get into one.
And amen, sister. What the hell?
But Laura-Leigh loves it.
Laura-Leigh, she says that it's basically like the best orgasm of her life.
Yes.
The equivalent of that.
Jax is not really buying that, but he's kind of just along for the ride.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, women don't have orgasms. She has no idea what she's talking about.
I've literally never seen this woman that I've been sleeping with have an orgasm before.
He actually strikes me as the type of guy that would say that he believes that women's orgasms are like they're not the same as men's orgasms, and that he just doesn't believe that women feel pleasure.
I recently, quick aside that is connected to this, I recently slept with a man who, after sleeping together, he was like, did you have an orgasm? And I looked at him and I said, were you trying to give me an orgasm?
Brother, if you had to ask, the answer's probably no.
And he said no. And I said,
So, okay.
So what's that then?
You were really close. Let's put those conclusions together, my
Are we hearing it? Are we hearing it? And I feel like that's Jax's approach, where he's just like, obviously she's gonna freaking come.
Well, freaking duh.
Because I'm there.
She thinks a sauna is the equivalent of an orgasm.
She has no idea what the hell she's talking about. They go into the sauna, and for as much as Laura-Leigh hypes up the sauna, about like 10 minutes in, she cannot handle it anymore.
Well, she went in there being like, you have to stay in there for like 45 minutes.
Yes.
And then Jax gets out at like maybe the 30-minute mark. And he's like, I can't do this anymore. And all of a sudden she's like, you're right, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I feel faint. I'm going to pass out.
Yeah, she's like patting her chest. She's like almost having some sort of like panic attack about the sauna, and she's like, I shouldn't have taken my Prozac this morning. I shouldn't have taken my Prozac this morning, which I'm like, I don't think that's what those things are connected.
Right.
But okay. And they're kind of chatting just like about, like what's going on with them, whatever. And Jax is like, all right, I'm going to go back in for like a couple more minutes, whatever. So he goes in, he closes the door, which is a glass door, so they can still see each other. And Jax goes, is this what it feels like when you talk to your dad?
Because her dad's in prison. Jax Taylor, why would you say that to her? Why would you say that? He's like behind the... Hey, yeah. This fucking microphone.
You just like became a different person.
When the microphone wire like just cuts out for a second, it just like sends... It's like that. It's rage baiting me.
Yeah.
The wire is rage baiting me when it does that. It sends a fury up my spine.
I get it.
Jax behind the glass. Is this what it feels like to talk to your dad? Like, imagine saying that to someone whose father's in prison.
And yes, anyone. Specifically, the woman you are seeing. And he's like, is this what it's like? And Laura-Leigh's like, don't fucking say that.
Why would you say that
Why
to me?
would you say that to me? What the hell? Okay, so Laura-Leigh changes the subject pretty quickly because she's like, stop talking about the fact that my dad is fucking in prison. And she mentions a, quote, big audition
Coming up.
that she has coming up.
More on this later.
More on this later. And Jax is kind of talking about Laura-Leigh's career and whatever, and he mentions also something that we did not know until now, that Laura-Leigh went to Juilliard. Sure.
Apparently she slays.
Apparently she slays down. Okay. And so they're kind of talking about her career, about this big audition, whatever. And Jax ever so subtly goes, what if you just like went to New York for a month? I mean, I would miss you. I would totally miss you. It's not because I don't want you to go.
He starts like backpedaling, but then Laura-Leigh goes like full gas, all steam ahead, and she goes, it's actually not about you. It's about my career.
Yeah.
Like capital C career.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe I will go to New York.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know.
And I don't care if you miss me because it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about my career.
And Jax is like, of course. It's not about me. It's not
No,
because
for
I
sure.
want you to leave.
No,
of course I don't want that.
I don't want you to be gone.
I don't want you to be gone and then you're not here, so then I don't have to talk to you anymore.
Totally.
But,
But at
like,
the end, it's about your capital C career.
It's about you, babe.
I want you to slay this audition.
I love you.
You. Sometimes.
On occasion.
30%
I
of
wish-
love I have, maybe.
Perhaps. For everyone generally in the world, and also that includes you, sister.
You crazy girl. Come on now.
Okay, so boof.
We're at Stassi's apartment.
Yeah.
Katie's here, and Stassi has a new puppy named Venice.
That we probably will never see again.
I'm like, I don't really remember this puppy.
pretty sure we never see that puppy ever again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
where is he now?
Venice, if you're watching, comment below. So she got a puppy. She also talks about how she got the puppy from a, quote, family on Venice Beach carrying around puppies.
Right.
So, okay, so she really thought this through, which is awesome. And Stassi and Katie are sitting down just kind of like chatting about what's going on. And Stassi reports to Katie that her and Frank have indeed broken up.
No.
And Katie says, Katie has an awesome response where she goes, that's crazy.
Oh my God. Who could have seen this coming?
Whoa, no way.
And Stassi's like, 2 breakups in 2 months? what the hell?
And she's like, I needed to be with Frank after
Right,
Jax.
right.
I really needed, he was like a godsend. Like I needed to be with him. I needed that. But like, I understand now that like I was moving pretty fast.
Yeah. And I just like, I'm ready to just be single, forget about all of this.
And like, hopefully Jax won't be super mean to me anymore now that I'm not
Right.
dating Frank.
Why are we concerned about what Jax is doing and if he's being nice to you? Like, him being mean to you because you were dating Frank wasn't ever the issue. The issue is that he cheated on you.
Right.
And got someone pregnant in Vegas.
Right.
So now that you're not with Frank, you're like, maybe Jax is going to be nice to me. Why do we care? Why do we want him to be nice to you?
It's
Wasn't the
impossible to
problem
know.
that he cheated? Like, I just feel like sometimes on this show, people forget why they're angry.
Yeah.
And they just like all of a sudden one day will be like, oh, and I forget.
Yep.
And I forget why I was mad and like holding up boundaries all this time.
Enough time passes and they're just like, we're friends.
They do. They just like totally forget why they were not doing something or were maintaining distance. And it's like, do you guys have what's happening?
Right. No, literally what's going on.
Brain wiped.
Yes, absolutely wiped. Katie, of course, is like foaming at the mouth at this
Right.
reveal because she is just hoping that they get back together. And so she's like, yeah, oh my God, maybe he will. Maybe you guys could finally
Who
like
knows?
be friends or something, and maybe that could happen. And it's like,
Could be
Katie,
good for our 3-couple friend group that we've got going on here.
Katie, you are drooling. My God, get it together. Okay, so back to sweatshop. They are done. Jax and laura-leigh are done with their stupid little activity that they just did, and they leave sweatshop and they're just kind of talking about like, oh, like that was so fun, but also haha, we should really go to Jack in the Box, blah blah blah. And then laura-leigh tries to, unfortunately for her, have some sort of honest conversation with Jax where she says, you've been so nice these past couple days, like it's been so great spending time with you, and like thank you for helping me to get clean. Curious.
Then we
Long
learn
pause, by the way.
long pause. We learned that laura-leigh has been sober for 6 days.
Yep. From, we believe, alcohol.
Yes. We believe she is probably still sober from meth.
Yes.
Maybe.
But she has relapsed and subsequently gotten clean again
Yes.
for 6 days from alcohol.
And Jax is like, I don't know why people say I'm a bad influence. I mean, every time I notice you're drinking, you're lying about it. And she's like, I told you I would do that.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a... Yes.
laura-leigh is like trying to explain what being an alcoholic is
Right.
to Jax.
She's like, so that is what I do. That is what alcoholism is. I told you that this would probably happen.
Yeah.
And Jax does not seem to understand this. I think a lot of people in the Vanderpump cast do not understand alcoholism or addiction at all.
Yeah, this is like a running theme throughout the show. And it becomes pretty clear that so many of the people do not understand what alcoholism is because probably a lot of them fall under the category of being functional alcoholics themselves. And at this time, Jax is basically saying, because laura-leigh is like, hey, like, can I spend the night at your place tomorrow? Like, I don't have work. I just want to like eat food and watch TV and sleep in your bed. And Jax is like, well, like I have a bar there. So like, what if you're going to use it? And like, and what, like, I don't know. Should I try? And laura-leigh's like, I'm sober. Like, I'm fine. I literally just want to like hang out. And it cuts to like a talking head of Jax being like, you know, like she's claiming she's good, but like, what if she ends up, you know, like falling off the wagon again, blah, blah, blah. I was watching this scene being like, imagine you are a recovering addict and Jax Taylor is one of your pillars of support.
Like that, it can't get worse. Like that is truly something in your life has gone totally awry if he is your main support system. I don't know when, like, is he using coke regularly at this point, or is it, I don't know if maybe it's yet to
like
come.
maybe it's later. Like I imagine probably at this point he was using it recreationally. But it doesn't seem like it's like a total.
Right.
He's like so dependent on it in the way that he is in later seasons.
Because Jax, this is never like explicitly said until he explicitly said it, I think, on the Valley, that most of Vanderpump Rules, he is like super coked out.
Yes.
But you can tell later seasons that he is like pretty much constantly doing cocaine.
He's always like doing the thing with his jaw.
Yep. And there's
like,
one scene, I believe it is in season 5 during someone's bachelor party, or maybe it's later on, but you can see coke like on the table in the background that they like forgot to edit out,
to like wipe out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell from the way that his mannerisms are that he is using. He also, again, not for nothing, gets like 3 nose jobs.
Yeah.
Which
guys, what do we think was happening?
What do we think is going on there? So laura-leigh's like, I'm clean, whatever. And Jax is basically starting to find ways out of this relationship is kind of what we're seeing from this scene, right? Okay, so boof, we're over at Sir.
My favorite place, Sir, sexy, unique restaurant and lounge. Trying something new.
That's something
a
little special.
I threw it out there. We were just gonna listen. Let's leave it there. Trying out a new character.
Okay,
that was Ken adjacent.
Is it Ken? Okay.
That was Ken adjacent.
Okay,
that was like Ken's twin brother.
Okay, Ben.
Con. Okay.
Anyway, so that's where we are. And Lisa pulls up. She calls over Peter and Katie, and she reveals that she's having dinner for her friend Muhammad, a person we never hear about, I think, ever again, and that she needs her best servers. I love that she says she needs her best servers, and then she begins to name everyone who is not on the Vanderpump Rules cast.
Yeah.
Like, she's naming all the servers that aren't on the show.
Christina, Kelly.
Yeah.
And then Peter throws out Scheana.
And she's like,
listen, Sheena's a great waitress, but Brandy's going to be there.
Yeah.
AKA the woman whose husband Scheana had the affair with.
Yes. If you'll recall, kind of part of the big plot of the first few episodes of season 1 was this affair that Scheana had with Brandy's husband. Peter throws out Scheana. Lisa's like, I don't know. Brandy's going to be there. And Peter's like, okay. Poof. The rooftop pool.
I was so happy to see Miss Scheana. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of her these last couple episodes.
Where is our girl?
And so to see her at this rooftop pool
lounging,
I was excited just
in
to
her
see
giant bug-eyed sunglasses,
just to be in the presence of Scheana Marie.
Her light. Bring it on, girl.
Love this crazy girl.
Yeah.
But it's Stassi, Scheana, and Katie. Mm-hmm. Stassi brings her computer with her because she has to do her fashion column for Pandora.
She literally has
to. She's here because it's very serious.
A crazy necklace.
And they're sitting there talking about how Kristen was invited to the rooftop pool, but they haven't heard from her. They don't know if she's coming. And there's still a lot of tension between Stassi and Kristen. They have not reconciled.
And Stassi makes kind of a big stink where she's like, Kristen just needs to grow up and get over it. And like the fact that she's not here just means that she's so immature and blah, 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 because she literally just needs to be an adult. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm here, like, blah, 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 blah. And then Kristen shows up.
Right.
And Stassi doesn't really have anything to say.
No. And I love also when Stassi's going on this rant of just complaining, she starts complaining that she heard that Peter's going to have a manager talk with her about bullying laura-leigh. And Scheana, as a gut response, when she hears that, she goes, what? Why? And I'm like, Scheana,
you've seen it.
I really, truly, I feel for Scheana. And this is like a repetitive thing that she does throughout all the seasons, but I've truly never in my life witnessed someone who wants to be liked more than Scheana Shay.
She wants it so bad.
She wants to be liked and accepted more than anything else on the planet. Mm-hmm. It is like the thing that will drag her down in every situation that she is ever in.
Yes.
Stassi has just bullied her moved on to bullying laura-leigh. Scheana was in the room at that party where laura-leigh was reading the text messages that Stassi sent her, and Scheana in that conversation was like, oh my God, why would she say that? That's crazy. She's so mean. And then now that she's buddy-buddy with Stassi and Stassi has accepted her and she's like, oh, Peter's going to talk to me about bullying laura-leigh. Scheana's like, what? Why would they do that?
That's so crazy.
Why would he yell at you for bullying laura-leigh? Bullying? Stassi Schroeder?
Never seen her do that a day
oh my
in my
God,
life.
sister, you would never do that. And it's like, Scheana,
Girl,
we gotta get a backbone.
stand up.
I do love you. And also, what are we doing?
What are we doing? This is your fatal flaw.
It really is.
It's really tough to watch. So Kristen pulls up and she's basically talking to everybody except for Stassi. She's like saying hi to Katie. She's saying hi to Scheana. And Scheana and Kristen are talking about like getting a drink or something. And so they leave and go to the bar. And it's also crazy. Everyone in this scene is like pissing me the fuck off because they're all just like so like yellow-bellied cowards. Like,
yeah.
Kristen and Scheana walk off and Katie turns to Stassi and is like,
Immediately.
can you even believe Kristen? Like, she doesn't even talk to me in like a day. She's like avoiding me. And I'm like, Katie, you are friends with Kristen. You are friends with what is going on?
Crazy.
It cuts to a talking head of also Stassi giving a one-off of just about Kristen saying fucking skank. Just because she showed up. She had the gall to show up to where she was invited.
Oh my God.
Okay, so they're chatting about this, but there are bigger issues at play because Pandora is calling Stassi. Pandora, Lisa's daughter, who owns the website that Stassi puts her fashion column on. I don't even really know what the business is that she owns. Is calling Stassi, and Stassi's like, oh my God, Pandora's calling me for the fashion column.
And I have like no service.
I have like
here.
no service. I have to find Wi-Fi. And that cuts also to a talking head of Stassi being like, I'm doing everything I can to turn in my things. And then it's like cuts back to her like at the bar being like, can I have another one of those tequila drinks? Like laptop off. Like she is not working at all. Stassi will do anything to not do her job. And honestly,
incredible stuff.
yeah, I respect that in some capacity.
All right, so
Boof.
Can I say this is one of my favorite Vanderpump scenes?
Yeah.
Maybe of all time, definitely of this season.
There should be a sound for when that happens for us.
Bing, ding, ding, ding.
Loved it.
Perfect.
I was waiting to see if it needed anything, but no, I think it shines just like that on its own. Okay. So, bing, ding, ding, ding. Favorite Vanderpump scene.
laura-leigh is at AA and Jax is here to support her. Again, exactly who you want in your corner to support you through Alcoholics Anonymous. Jax Taylor.
He also shows up late.
Yeah.
He shows up late to the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting,
Yep.
which, by the way, as I was watching it, I was like, is this staged?
I was thinking about this too, where I was like, maybe because they're shooting in LA,
Right.
maybe it's one of those things where like they put up on Craigslist that they're looking for alcoholics that are comfortable being on camera,
Right.
for like a Alcoholics Anonymous thing. I doubt that this is a group of people that have ever met each other before this moment.
No shot.
But you could convince me that it was like a real AA meeting, but it was just under the guise of like, this is being filmed and we need alcoholics to talk about their experience.
Yeah, and like they all signed consent forms or something like
but
that.
But this isn't like a group of people that normally meets each other. I think they all met each other for the first time filming. But I believe that this is like a real AA group just being filmed.
Yes, I agree. So I guess like the person who is leading the AA meeting is like gets to Laura-Leigh and is like, Laura-Leigh, would you like to share? And Jax is like just settled in and like giving Laura-Leigh a kiss on the cheek, whatever. And Laura-Leigh is like, okay, yeah. So I started drinking when I was 12. I got pretty heavily into meth after that, and like things got pretty bad. I was like robbing my family. I was selling stuff to pawn shops. I was doing whatever I could to like get my hands on booze and meth. And it cuts.
This guy is incredible.
Well, first of all, it cuts to Jax's reaction as laura-leigh is talking. And Jax is like, his face, eyes wide, mouth agape. He is like a fish out of water. So floored, gobsmacked.
It's like when he learned that she was an addict, the like what that meant truly never set into him.
No.
He never had a moment where he understood what that meant. He was just like, all right, sure.
Whatever.
A lot of us like drinking and drugs.
Totally.
And I get it. You're an addict, whatever that means.
Whatever.
Like, he totally did not take it seriously at all. And he's listening to her talk about how it's impacted her in her life. And he's like, I didn't know about all this.
He's like, wait, it sounds kind of bad.
Hey, what the? I thought you just liked alcohol a lot.
What the heck?
And like, me too. Like, he did not grasp it until this very moment.
And it cuts to a talking head of him being like, I guess I really didn't know what I was walking into.
Brother.
For an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting?
Are you dead serious right now?
Be so fucking for real right now.
It's incredible. So then they get through this whole meeting, and at the end, Jax is like, can I talk to you for a second? He's in the talking head being like, I chose now to talk to laura-leigh because she told me that after a meeting, she usually feels really great. She feels fantastic after a meeting. So he's like, now's the perfect time for me to talk to her. I transcribed what he said because it is perfect.
Yes.
And I think that there should be no mincing of words here.
Yes.
Jax says, I feel like I like you a lot. You know that, right? I do. I like you a lot. But in order for us to grow, I think, I just got out of a 2-year relationship. Like, I'm like, the paint's still wet and I have nothing. I don't have feelings. I'm still spending every single day together, I think might be a little bit much in the beginning. Just working on going here, I have and I just trying to fit it all in, I just don't want to jump into it and rush into it. Bar for bar, word for word, that is what he said. I don't even know what I just said to you. Like, it doesn't even feel like English. He is truly just like saying words.
It wasn't English. And laura-leigh goes, I'm so uncomfortable right now. I need to go for a walk.
It's honestly so crazy. I want to watch the full footage of this interaction because it's probably so good. Like, I'm just so envious of these camera people sometimes. I'm like, you got to see the whole unedited thing.
It must be so hard to be a camera person and not laugh.
I couldn't do it.
At what that is.
For sure.
Or like they're filming it and they're like, this is gold. Mm-hmm. This is really gold. Because so what we just witnessed in the span of like 2 minutes was 45 minutes of laura-leigh inviting Jax to go to Alcoholics Anonymous for the first time. Jax pulling up to Alcoholics Anonymous 20 minutes late, just as laura-leigh is about to give her kind of life story where she reveals in a incredibly vulnerable setting that she is a recovering alcoholic and meth addict and that she used to rob and steal from her family in order to pawn things off to get meth and alcohol. Jax responds by going, whoa, I didn't know it was this heavy, in a talking head. And immediately after the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting ends and everybody disperses, not even leaving the location, Jax in his mind goes, I need to break up with laura-leigh.
It's like, he's so special. Whose brain do you know works quite like this? He's cooking. And it wasn't even just that, like, he thought that now was a good time. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just that he's like, I guess I'm going to have to do it now. Yeah. Like, not a great time, but I'm going to do it. Like, in his head, he thought this was perfect.
He said, now is as good a time as any.
Jax. I truly can't think of a worse time to do this. And like suddenly Jax is like, I can't possibly date an alcoholic, even though he's known that she was an addict this entire time. Lisa
time.
brought it up to him
Yes.
to warn him and be like, be careful with her. And Jack's like, I freaking know.
Yeah.
Like, I know what's going on and I really like her. And laura-leigh, she basically, like, her going on a walk, she just walks to basically the side of the highway.
Yes.
And is like sitting on the curb, rocking back and forth. And he goes after her and he's like, I'm just trying to make sure we don't rush into things. Sorry, it was a bad time. And now it's almost like he's backtracking and trying to make it seem like he wasn't saying that they should break up. And instead, he was just saying that they should go slower.
Yep.
Which is totally untrue. Jax is not into laura-leigh. We all know this.
We know this. And he says that, he says to laura-leigh, he says, all I'm saying is let's just slow it down a little bit. As far as our intimate times, I don't want to slow that down.
He is such a fucking loser. And honestly, she's hard to watch in this scene also.
She is, yeah.
She's like, her head is between her knees. She's looking down, rocking back and forth. And she's still looking at, like, talking to Jax as she's rocking back and forth, head in between her knees. And she's like, do you want it to go somewhere? Laura-leigh, stand
No.
up. He just did this at Alcoholics Anonymous. Why are you even interested in him? Well, what is happening?
Oh,
Laura-leigh,
Laura-leigh.
why are you sitting there being like, but do you want me still? Like,
Yeah.
stop.
Stop, girl.
Why are you asking him?
This man just tried to break up with you after your AA meeting.
It's
It's
a
over.
hard watch.
It's over, Laura-leigh.
I can't. No. But the fact that he was like, we should slow things down, but like not the sex part. I still want to have sex with you every day, by the way. And she's just like, okay.
She's smiling and she's like, oh. She's like heartened by that.
Because I'm so good in bed.
right.
Laura-leigh, stop.
A shiver.
Enough.
A shiver just goes down my spine.
Enough.
Oh my God. Jax is evil. Stand up. Run, girl. Run. So boof.
Villa Rosa! Da 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 da.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine it would feel like to be invited over Lisa Vanderpump's house.
I imagine it's exactly like that.
That's how I feel every time we enter Villa Rosa
Yes.
as an audience
It is
member.
exactly like that. And Lisa is in a pink polka dot robe.
She looks comfy.
She looks comfy as hell. She's feeding Jiggy, right? At some point, they called Jiggy a sex monster in this scene.
Sure.
Sure.
Call your dog a sex monster.
Why not? Call him a sex monster. Okay, so Pandora comes over and basically Lisa and Pandora are talking about the fact that they have invited Stassi over to confront Stassi about the fact that Stassi has not written or delivered a fashion column in 2 months.
Which is so funny because like we only even learned that she was writing this column last episode.
Yes.
And over last episode and this episode, we've seen her like slaving away on these columns.
Yes.
Frank is making fun of her for it. Now
Yeah.
she's at a rooftop, like she can't even take a break to hang out with the girls because she's working so hard on this column. Like we are made to believe that this is like, you know, requiring full-time hours from Stassi to get
Yes.
this shit done. And then we learned that she just hasn't done it.
Submitted anything.
Like, would she just have like Google Docs open? She's like, and like pretending to work. Like, what was it?
and
What was going on?
at some point we also see like a quick screen of her computer screen and it is just like bullet points.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not writing.
Right.
What are you writing, girl?
Queen, what is going on
I would
here?
love to know. So Pandora and Lisa are kind of like prepping for Stassi's arrival, and Stassi shows up. And she shows up thinking seemingly that it's like just another day.
Yeah. Girls' day.
Girls' day.
Just a little catch up with my girls, my sisters.
And she sits down. And basically Lisa's like, so you haven't done any work for Pandora's company.
Yeah.
And Stassi is immediately going into excuses. She's like, it's been a rough 2 months. And Pandora's like, well, I have 25 to 35 people working for me, which once again, Pandora, what is your business? I must know what your business
I
is.
know. I want to read these articles that Stassi allegedly writes.
Right. I don't care enough to like do the research myself, but I just
Right.
want you to tell me personally what your business is.
Send me the archive.
Yes. And pretty much as soon as Pandora like pushes back on Stassi in any way, Stassi starts to cry.
Yeah.
Which is what reminded me of my internship, the first internship that I had. Pandora says, to be a fashion writer, you have to write. To be a recurring columnist, the column has to be recurring. And it's like, right.
Right. So she does make some pretty good points.
Right. Where it's like, if you want to call yourself a writer, then you have to write. And
Yeah.
Lisa is basically like, if you cannot get this stuff done, we will replace you.
Right. And she's also saying that Stassi's been kind of floundering at Sir too.
Yes.
So she's like, you're kind of at risk of losing both your jobs right now. So
Yes.
you have to shape up.
Yeah. And she's saying like, Stassi just keeps repeating like, it's been a rough 2 months, like blah, blah, blah. She'll get back into it. She'll get back on the horse. She promises. And she starts talking about how it's just been really hard at work because of Laura-leigh.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa is essentially like, girl, like you broke up with Jax. You ended things.
Right. And you were bullying Laura-leigh.
Yes. And she was like, but Laura-leigh's my friend. And like, she started dating Jax. Like, she's the most disloyal person I've ever met. Like, and she's still making excuses for Laura-leigh. It's very clear that she feels no guilt about the way that she's been treating Laura-leigh.
Yeah.
At all.
She feels like totally justified in all of it.
Completely.
And like I do feel like more and more empathetic towards Stassi on my second watch of the show because it's so clear that she puts on this like persona of being this like hardened bitch who doesn't take anything.
Totally.
But she's actually not like that. She's like a lot softer than her exterior would suggest that she is. And I feel like you see it kind of come down a little bit in moments like this, and it does start to make me feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you're mean and you're bitchy because you're trying to hide this part of you.
Yeah.
And
that
it just makes me
feels
feel
very
sad. You're just a 23-year-old that like hasn't fully embraced you yet.
Yeah. It's like,
So I do feel sad for her.
She is kind of like a wounded puppy a little
Yeah.
bit. And it's like, she's still awful, don't get me wrong. But
For
it's
sure.
like, she is, you just can really feel that she's like hurt ultimately. So she claims that she will get back on the horse and she will do her best with the fashion column when it comes to Sir, to be determined. Okay. So boof.
This scene is fucking ridiculous.
We're at the park.
I replayed it, I'm not kidding, like 5 times because I was like, what the fuck is this? The boys are here. The boys at the park. It's Schwartz, Sandoval, and Jax. They're at some random fucking park. It opens with Schwartz and Tom speaking to each other. I think Sandoval says to Schwartz, nice ass, Sagittarius? And Schwartz goes, Libra. And he goes, oh, okay. Then Jax points to where he wants to go in the park. He's like, should we go over there? Sandoval then says, wait, watch this. Throws himself on the ground.
Yeah, falls.
And then Schwartz does the same exact thing.
Yeah. Jax laughs.
And then they're like, okay, let's work out now. And the music's like, ding, 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 ding. But they're in this random ass park that just has like these playground structures. And their version of working out is basically just like playing like elementary school kids on these, like he's like doing a balance beam.
Yes.
And he's like maybe doing a singular pull up. Like they are not there to work out. I don't know what production was doing here. They were like, we need to have these 3 boys have a conversation.
Yeah.
So we're going to set up this fake park workout, but they're not even trying to pretend like that's what's happening. They are just like fully goofing 100% of the way through this whole thing.
Yes. Schwartz does like 2 pull-ups and then they're just like sitting on playground equipment.
Right.
Talking.
And they're like, maybe he'll do like a push-up on the balance beam.
Yeah.
And that's it. Which is not even really a push-up. I can't. The whole thing is very confusing. But I loved it that they were just like serving elementary school children and they have this nonsensical conversation.
And it's pretty, I think it's like, again, they do that. They tend to do that a lot in the earlier seasons where it's like, it's just like, what the fuck are these 3 jabronis doing? Like, what are they getting up to? And the answer is nothing because they have no money and
Nothing
no
at all.
lives. And they're basically talking about how Jax is, he's just able to get with like so many women. It's awesome, man.
Schwartz is like super dick sucking Jax.
And Jax is eating it up.
Yeah, Schwartz is like, dude, I've seen you get bitches all through the years. Like, I remember when we used to live in that house where you didn't even have a door and you just had like a bed sheet as a wall and you were still pulling bitches back then.
And I'm like, man, like, how do you do it? And you said, Tom, I just tell them what they want to hear. Ew.
And Schwartz is like, what a legend. This is the best advice I was ever given.
And both the Toms are like, Tom Sandoval at one point says that Kristen told him that Jax makes the Toms look bad because Jax is such a good boyfriend.
I cannot.
So insane. And Jax reveals to the Toms that he told Laura-Leigh that he wanted to, quote, slow it down a little bit. Mm-hmm. He tried to break up with her.
Why is he continuing to lie?
Failed, right. And Jax then also says that he still has an emotional attachment to Stassi after all this time, a.k.a. 8 days. Still has an emotional attachment to Stassi. And it cuts to a talking head of Tom Sandoval saying something very interesting where he is basically blaming Stassi for the fact that Jax still has feelings with her and still wants to be with her. And he says, Stassi is a very possessive person. It's like she views the men she dates almost as a possession or something, which great understanding of what the term possessive means. It's really interesting that Tom Sandoval is the one to say that.
Right.
Because two peas.
Totally. Also, it's like
recognize brother.
It's so silly to me. They can't like offer any type of truly reflective opinion for their friends at all. So when Jax is saying all of this, a real friend would probably be like, yeah, brother, you probably shouldn't have been hooking up with Laura-Leigh mere days afterwards. This really wasn't going to go that well. But instead, Sandoval's like, dude, of course there were going to be symptoms of rebound. Like, you're only human.
Of course
You were going to use this woman for sex after your breakup. Like, duh.
Obviously, that's what we all freaking do.
It's like, why are you comforting him through his own poor decision making?
Shitty behavior.
Like, you're like, dude, of course.
You're still my guy, man. You're still my bro.
You're still the legend who fucked bitches when he didn't have a door. Okay?
You're still the 33-year-old legend bartender.
And Jax is like, dude, I get it, but like, I loved her. I love Stassi. And Schwartz is still in the fucking corner, like swinging on a bar, like, just take it day by day. Like, he contributes nothing to this conversation until the very end where he's like, you know, dude, just take it day by day. And he's just swinging on this fucking thing. I'm like, thank you so much, Schwartz. Thank you.
Imagine like being friends with people like that.
Nothing to say.
Nothing.
Except these like canned responses.
Yes.
Just take it day by day.
Take it day by day. Okay.
So what are we taking day by day exactly?
Like the fact that Jax still has feelings for Stassi.
Or are we talking about taking it slow with Laura-Leigh?
What are we taking? And where are we taking it? Impossible to know.
He hasn't told us.
Okay, so boof.
We're at Sir
night. And Stassi's pissed.
Yeah, she's pissed because when they're setting everything up and Peter shows her who she's working with / in what section of the restaurant, she realizes that she is working the same section as Laura-Leigh and starts begging Peter to move her.
And Peter is like, no.
He's like, nice try, babe. See you later. You're working that damn section.
Love you, girl. Love you. And for seemingly one blissful moment, everything seems to be kind of going okay.
Totally. Just do your job.
Laura-Leigh's
Focus on
doing
your stuff.
her thing. Stassi's doing her thing. Stassi's sitting over on a bench talking to somebody we don't really know. When Laura-Leigh walks up and sits down right next to Stassi.
Because she's a boss.
Because she is a fucking boss.
Boss moment from laura-leigh. Walked right up, sat next to Stassi and said, I'm not scared of you, bitch.
Yeah. She walks up, she goes, I could really care less what you could think of me. And Stassi goes, then why are you sitting next to me? Stassi is in fine form in this conversation because everything that laura-leigh says, she has an answer for.
Yeah. She's like, why do you look so nervous then?
Yeah. She's like, I'm not scared of you. And she goes, you look nervous. She goes, laura-leigh goes, you're not a princess, Stassi. You're a spoiled, selfish, but she said spoiled like spooled because she's from the South.
Yeah.
And Stassi goes, spooled? I'm spooled.
What's spooled?
She goes, what's spooled? laura-leigh's like, spoiled. And she goes, oh, spoiled.
Like, she's being such a bitch.
She is being evil. Like,
Like,
if someone was acting this way towards me, I would shrink until I withered and died.
I would punch. Like,
Really?
I think that this kind of, like, she is a rage baiter.
Totally.
Beyond what I've ever seen in my life before.
Yes.
But she gives, like, truly cartoon character bully.
Yep.
And, like, if somebody was truly speaking to me like that in real life, I think that, yeah, there's some version of me that could get violent.
Yeah. This is like the type of thing where it's like, yeah, sometimes people do need to just get punched.
Totally.
Like, you know, I'm not really like someone to like incite violence or whatever, but like sometimes.
So we could go like low tier violence.
Right.
Pouring a glass of milk over someone's head.
Yeah.
A bowl of cereal.
Come on.
Why
Get
not?
into it a little bit. Right. And laura-leigh starts kind of chewing out Stassi. She goes, stop fucking texting me night after night. She's like, if you don't care so much about me, stop fucking texting me night after night. She goes, you need to take your victim tampon out of your ass and take some responsibility. You don't even have the balls to come up to my face. And Stassi goes, you're pathetic. And the reason I don't confront you to your face is because I have zero respect for you. Sure it is, Stassi. Right. That's why you don't confront her to your face. And Stassi is basically like, I'm sorry that you are insecure that Jax and I have a history together. And laura-leigh's like, I'm not insecure about that. And she's like, you are? Why are you even wasting your time on me? Did you know that Jax texted me literally a few days ago telling me that I was really beautiful and that he couldn't stop thinking about me? I have the text still in my phone.
She pulled out the big guns.
Evil.
And then laura-leigh is like, okay, well, who cares? Because he's fucking me every night. And Stassi's like, how embarrassing that you're fucking a man non-exclusively while he's texting his ex talking about how hot she is and how he misses her.
She's like, I would feel degraded. Meanwhile, they're at work and Guillermo hears the entire thing.
He's just sitting there. Also, at some point in the middle of this fight, it cuts to a confessional where Stassi refers to laura-leigh as a single white female stalker.
Yes.
Which is so funny. I kind of forgot that people used to call people single white females as an insult in that time.
Yes.
But when Stassi said it, it brought me back.
Yes.
I was like, kind of forgot about that one.
Really? Really just a quick flash to the past. Right? Okay, so Guillermo is hearing all of this. And Stassi is basically like wrapping up talking. laura-leigh's still trying to like yell at Stassi, and Stassi's basically like, you know, this whole thing is sad and embarrassing. Like, okay, so I'm glad we cleared that up. And she literally goes, be off, and like shoos laura-leigh away. And Guillermo basically comes over and is like, you guys need to stop doing whatever the fuck it is that you're doing.
Go do work.
Get back to work. And Stassi like runs after Guillermo, and she's like, so it's okay if I leave. She doesn't say, is it okay if I leave? She goes, so it's okay if I leave, if that's okay with you. And Guillermo's like, no, like it's a Friday.
I kind of need you. And
I need
Stassi's
you. And
like,
she's like,
I don't know that I like that was a lot. That was a lot that just happened.
Yeah.
And basically bullies Guillermo into letting her have the night off.
Yeah. And Guillermo's like, fine, just go home. So
Iconic.
Once again, Stassi gets out of doing any work for any of her jobs.
Yeah.
Quick little digestif.
Yeah.
We're at the Viper Room.
Mm-hmm. And Max and Sandoval. Max is Lisa's son.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Sandoval are performing, which Sandoval sometimes does. But the thing about Tom and his performing career is that he really seems to believe that he is giving rock star, but he is pretty perpetually giving 7-year-old boy who's dressing up as a rock star for Halloween. Like, he doesn't ever really sell it that, like, he's supposed to be here or he's doing something.
Doesn't seem like he really believes
Wonderful.
it. Yeah.
No.
Really, the only notable thing about this scene, because they're all watching Tom and Max like perform in their band. The only notable thing about this scene is that Lisa's body looks tea.
Totally.
And Lisa just looks tea.
Well, something that is true about Lisa Vanderpump throughout all of the seasons is that every single person that comes into contact with her wants to fuck her.
Yeah, so bad.
Everyone's like, dude, Lisa is so hot.
Yeah, she is the hottest woman alive.
And she is.
And you know what? She is.
You know what? I won't fight you on that one.
I get it. Okay. So it's a couple days later, and it's the night of the VIP dinner party.
Ooh. They're discussing who's working the party, who bailed, who's covering who. And it's revealed that Scheana was originally asked to work the party through some fluke. Peter accidentally put Scheana on the schedule for the party. But, of course, Brandy's going to be there. So Peter takes Scheana off the party because Lisa's like, this can't happen. This is going to be too much drama. Calls Scheana up, and Scheana is pissed because she missed an audition to do this party, and they were going to have her come in and cover Kristen's shift while Kristen works the party. And Sheena's like, what the fuck? I didn't like miss an audition to cover someone's shift.
Yeah.
I missed the audition for the party, which I'm assuming maybe they get paid more for parties,
Right.
or it just like looks nice because it's Lisa's party, whatever it is.
Yes.
Scheana was willing to miss the audition for the party, but she was not willing to miss the audition to cover Kristen's shift.
Yes. And Peter's basically like, well, how about we talk about it when you get in?
Problem solving king.
So good at what
Peter
he does.
Palooza.
Oh boy. Okay, so Scheana pulls up and she's like understandably very angry.
Yeah.
And she is essentially like, I am not working this shift. Like, I'm not doing this. She goes to the bathroom to like cry about it. Kristen follows her into the bathroom to chat about it, and Lisa follows quickly after and knocks on the door and is like, hey, like, can I talk to you? And Lisa and Scheana have a conversation where Scheana rather, is basically like, I had this conversation with Brandy a few weeks ago because I wanted to be able to like clear all this up. I don't want it to keep being like this if I ever have to see her. And Lisa's like, it's still a little early to to like serve the wife of the man that you had an affair with. So like maybe let's
just not do this right now.
for tonight.
Not for the party.
Right. And Sheena's basically like, okay, but then I'm not working. And everyone's like, okay. And so she leaves.
She goes outside crying. Says, Shay, please come pick me up. And then he rolls up in his pickup truck and swoops in and saves the day.
Thank God for Shay.
Classic Shay moves.
Classic. Dude's always rolling around in his pickup truck, dude. Okay, so boof. Back at Sir a few days later. Ooh. Jax is working a shift and he is stressed as hell. He's honestly giving laura-leigh. He's like head in his hands. Just like wanting someone to ask him what's wrong so badly. And Katie is like kind of watching Jax, and she goes up to Stassi and she's like, I think something's like wrong with Jax, whatever. And Stassi's like, what? And Katie's like, yeah, I thought I almost like saw him cry over there. And Jax like walks up to Stassi and he's like, can we talk for a minute? It's like so tense. And Stassi's like, okay. And they like go to a back room. Again, a room, I don't even know if we've ever seen it before. It's like it just appeared out of nowhere. This restaurant is incomprehensible to the human eye. And they sit down. And Jax is basically like, I was a terrible boyfriend. Hear me out. I want you back. I still have feelings for you. I'll do anything to make it up to you. I promise. I will do anything in the entire world. And I love you still. And Stassi is like eating it the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. She really is.
She loves this shit. Jax is like, I was a terrible boyfriend. I want you to know that I want to be your friend again. I want to earn your trust again. I know I can be the person that you want. I know that I can. And Stassi's like, all I've ever heard for the past 2 years is you talking. And like, you never actually follow through. And Jax is like, this time I will.
This time I'm being for real.
It's different. I want to marry you. I want to have kids with you. I can't imagine my life without you.
And she's like, this is what I wanted to hear all this time. Like, where was this 2 years ago?
And she's like, I can't be in a relationship with you right now, but like, I'm not saying that there's like not a chance. And Jax is basically like, that's all I need to hear.
A chance is all I need,
That
Stas.
is all that I need
He's
to
like,
hear, mama.
I moved in with you 2 days after meeting you all those years ago because I knew in that moment that you were it for me. All I need is another chance to make it right.
And Stassi is like falling for it again. Okay, sure, girl.
No, literally, like, save Stassi Schroeder.
It is exactly what you were saying before of like, her brain has just been wiped.
Yeah.
It's like, do we not forget that the whole point, the whole reason that you guys broke up is because he cheated on you?
He cheated on you. Do we forget?
And got another girl pregnant.
Oh my
Hello? Hello? Okay, so they have this little beautiful, disgusting moment where they're both like, yeah, we like each other. And they leave. They like walk out of the room and Jax goes back to work. And I guess this is the same shift.
Yeah.
It seems like it's
Maybe.
the same shift because essentially a little time passes and all of a sudden laura-leigh, who is not working that night, has shown up at SUR to confront Jax for ghosting her.
Yeah, which is kind of legendary.
It's awesome. It is really awesome.
And he's like, I'm not doing this at work. And he's like, she's like, you kind of don't have a choice because you have just been ignoring me everywhere else. So we're going to have to do this at work because you can't run away from me.
Yeah. And he's like, really? You're going to do this in front of the customers? You're going to say this in front of the customers? And she's like, yeah, I am. And then she turns to the customers and she goes, sorry, we were dating. And then he just like stopped texting me and stopped talking to me, but wouldn't give me an explanation. And he doesn't want you to know that he's a horrible human being.
It's kind of awesome.
Which is so amazing. She's like reaming him out and Jax says like he has nowhere to run. He can't go anywhere because he is working. And Stassi like comes over to get a glass, but like she just wants to listen to the conversation. And laura-leigh is basically like, you're a coward. I deserve to have a conversation. Like, you're not going to bully me out of this restaurant. Like, you need to say to my face that you don't want to talk to me or see me again because we have been in a relationship for an amount of time. And Jax is like, I just don't even know. Like, what is it that you freaking like want me to say? Blah, blah, blah. And I wrote it down word for word what laura-leigh says. I want you to say, sorry I've been inside of you and fucking you every day without protection and telling you really intimate things. But hey, I don't have enough respect for you to end things with you. Thanks for taking the time to unfriend me on Facebook because your passive aggressive way of ending our relationship really took some balls. You are an asshole. That's what you are, and that's what everyone around here told me that you were, and you're not going to bully me out of here, and neither is that whore. I'm going to be here and you're fucking stuck with me until I book a job. And picks up her bag and
you know
storms
what?
out of there.
Good for her.
Eats.
Good for fucking her.
Fucking eats. You know what? The amount of times I've wanted to say that to people.
Right?
You have
Well,
been inside of me.
There was like some part of this quote from laura-leigh that was kind of giving that one Lady Gaga quote about not being able to go to like the fucking deli without seeing her face somewhere.
Yes.
Where she's like, you know what? One of these days I'm going to have my big break and I'm going to be in the movies and I'm going to be on red carpets and you're going to have to see me everywhere. And until that moment comes, I'm still going to be at this fucking restaurant with you.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? She's low-key serving right now.
It's everything. It's everything. And it like truly shakes Jax to his core. He's like pretending that he doesn't give a fuck, but he's like afraid of laura-leigh.
Yeah.
And he should be.
He absolutely should be.
Because he's a loser.
Because he is a loser. My favorite thing, though, is in the middle of all this, when Jax is like giving little quips back, he says that he ghosted laura-leigh out of respect for his ex-girlfriend. Which is so funny. I think more of you guys should use that.
Such a fucking awesome excuse.
More of you loser ghosters out there, you should absolutely, when called out for it, be like, I ghosted you out of respect for my ex.
My ex, dude. I respect her too much.
Crazy work.
I respect her too much to freaking talk to you.
Yeah, whatever. I've been having sex with you, and like that is a
Whatever.
totally different thing that we don't even need to discuss.
We've been fucking multiple times a day, every single day for multiple weeks.
Can't apologize to you or break up with my words out of respect for my ex, who I'm now trying to win back.
Do you get that? Do you understand that?
Do we need to have this conversation after AA a second time?
We can go back to the AA place. So
I know
can
that
clear
you're
things
real
up.
receptive. You love those AA meetings.
You always feel so good after those meetings.
So what more can I even say?
What do you want me to freaking say, dude?
You're freaking stuck with me until I book a job.
Amen, sister.
You know what? Good for you, laura-leigh.
And that might be coming sooner than we think.
Oh. And that is it for episode 7, baby.
That's it.
Next week is the last episode of the season before the reunion.
I cannot believe it.
Season finale.
I'm scared.
I can't believe we're almost done with season 1.
And we might have some special guests for the season finale. The reunion.
The reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be, I mean, honestly, season 1, she's a banger, but she's a short season in comparison to the others.
She is. But
So,
she is mighty.
She is mighty. I'm really excited to get to season 2, though. So
Me too.
season finale will be next week, and the week after will be the reunion, and then we'll be at season 2 before we know it.
Can you believe?
Literally no, sister.
Literally no.
Be sure to follow at Pumpcast Rules on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow me at Maddie Drospec.
You can follow me at Meg Rocco.
And we'll see you guys to talk more shit next week.
Love you.
Bye.
Really good.